Tell us about your background.
Yeah, I always like taking a new challenge. I was originally in sports medicine, so I was lucky enough to work with a lot of sort of major sports teams and codes around the world. I've sort of been in Australian sport and had 11 years over in UK. In between, I was with the Sri Lankan cricket team. They've had a bit of experience in Premier League football clubs, football league clubs, rugby, county cricket. But after about 10 years in sports medicine, I felt like I'd done everything I wanted to achieve in that space, but I saw a lot of opportunities to do things better in sports business world. So I did the MBA at Oxford and then moved across into a number of startups. Did some traditional consulting for a while with Boston Consulting Group and Gemba, which is a sport and entertainment consultancy. And then my last real job in inverted commas, I was a general manager at National Rugby League before I went out in 2016 to start Guinevere Capital, which was a sports investment business at the time. And since then, we've pivoted all in on eSports, which is quite an exciting space at the moment.
Awesome. All right. Well, look, we'll get into esports in a second, but your roles at Gemba Group and the NRL, it seems like what you're doing at the moment, that would have had a pretty large influence on your career and your skill set. Can you tell us a bit more about those roles?
Yeah, I think every role you take is a step on a journey, and you take something from them all to move into your next endeavour. So Gemba is a sport and entertainment consultancy, very much data driven. It's got an insights division, a marketing and strategy. So I was sort of leading the strategy in the Sydney office. It was great because I got to work with a lot of different sporting organisations, bodies, etc. They did a lot of work with the Australian Sports Commission at the time. So it was good to get a broader skill set, I guess, and experience. So we worked in sort of stadium development proposals and participation programs. It was a really mixed bag, which is fantastic. And then, one of my main projects was actually with the NRL. And then effectively ended up cutting out the middleman and becoming a general manager there. But it was a really interesting time to be at the NRL. We just done a major sports rights deal, and then it was how we were applying that funds to I guess increase the sustainability of the game. And it's really really interesting now. Obviously, 5, 6, 7 years later, where we're in the situation that we are now, and that rainy day, people may think it doesn't come, but they generally do come around. So it's interesting now looking back on what we're doing then, and there's obviously been lots of twists and turns along the way, but at the time there was a growth and innovation fund trying to invest some of the broadcasts into projects that would really enhance the long-term sustainability of the game. So one of my major projects at the time was a membership program,
right?
About 228,000 members to 330,000 members across the league, and read a lot of business cases around that. And sort of membership is that really engaged fan base and sort of those recurring revenue streams. And so I was very passionate about that, and we did a lot of other projects. We had a reality show called The Rookie, which was again trying to get away from doing the standard 30-second ads to doing something a little bit more in the long form content and sort of the reality space. And a lot of the digital projects there. But I was a general manager of marketing content and digital originally, and then spent a bit of time in club and state services, and then eventually in the commercial department. But I was there for 2.5 years, which in the NRL is quite a long time. But it was a fantastic experience. But by the end of that, I'd a lot of my work was club facing, and I sort of got sick of telling clubs how they should be running their business and getting ignored. So I thought it was time to put my money where my mouth was and really try and start investing in launching and running my own sports organisations, I guess. And esports.
Right. Excellent. Okay. And how did the transition to esports come about?
I saw it as almost like a competitive threat when I was at the NRL, but since then, I think everyone has an aha moment when they scratch the surface and see the numbers in esports. But we were looking to try and invest in some fairly large traditional sports organisations in Australia, and then we just bought an esports team almost as a side project at the time. But we saw what was happening everywhere else in the world and didn't think Australia was going to be on a different tangent. And we were sort of the first group at that time to come from the outside to invest in esports. And that was 2016. So obviously it was a bit of a leap of faith back then, but now 3-4 years down the track, it's proven to be quite a shrewd move. And from that initial investment, we now have sort of 4 or 5 teams in Australia, infrastructure at the Sydney Cricket Ground with the eSports High Performance Centre, and then have replicated that model on the other side of the world over in the UK with a facility at Twickenham Rugby Stadium and investment in Excel eSports, which is a team in the League of Legends European Championships over there.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you'd like to check out more of our content, go to sporttechdaily.com or follow us on social media across Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram.